Good morning, everybody. It's 14th of October. My goodness, the year is just flying in, and this is called Love Myself Wednesday. Now, I've done probably 100 or more live videos and daily to begin with in March, and now weekly. Of course, if we go into, we don't know, if we go into full lockdown again, I might revert to doing them daily. But for now, it's a Wednesday morning, and the title of this one is Love Myself Wednesday. So, what a week I've had. I know that challenges are always sent to me to remind me to do my ABC. And boy, I've needed them this week. And a huge thank out to, I think David's on just now, thank you. For supporting me and saying, yeah, kind of stick in there. And everybody sending me virtual hugs. If you've followed my post, you'll know I had a problem with messages from Facebook, and after searching, I eventually managed to send them a message to resolve whatever it was, but no response. Anyway, I don't know why, because I'm still able to use, they said I was deactivated or inactive. I still seem to be able to do my Facebook posting, and I'm receiving your messages, and thank you very much. But I was reminded by all of this that I've got to keep doing my ABC and chill. So again, thank you to everybody for supportive posts. As always, when challenges are sent to me, I kind of send out in my head a message asking for the way ahead. And it might be a surprise to many of you. It's not really a surprise to me because it so often happens when I send out this look, kind of guide me on the way ahead, then I receive information. And this time it was information about love. So I decided it was about time for me to love myself. And I'm sharing this today with you because I want you all to say in your head now, and as I'm talking, I'm doing it, is I love myself. I love myself. You don't even need to believe this. You just have to say it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you have this phrase in your head all the time. And even when you're going about your day-to-day business, you can keep repeating it in your head. I love myself. I know I promote kind of positive thinking and positive affirmations such as I am kind, I am compassionate, I'm grateful, but I've decided to add this affirmation for you all. I love myself, and repeat it often. So how has this affirmation, I love myself, helped me in the last few days? Well, it's been amazing. Instead of constantly worrying about something I've no control over, such as the Facebook, or worrying about how the dental appointment was going to go, you'll maybe notice I still don't have my wonderful teeth, but there was a problem with the root canal, and I thought, I'll just chill. And actually, she said it's going to be difficult. I had an appointment yesterday, and she said, we're not having any difficulty. I can find a way ahead. So, it's interesting. And she said, you were really very chilled. And I said, well, yes, I was kind of lying there going, I love myself, and imagining myself on a lovely beach as well, or in some tranquil place. So it's different, but everything kind of worked out fine with the treatment, and they're going to proceed. I think it's been November, so I'll need to carry on the videos to then. I will get my smile back. So as I'm talking, of course, I'm saying in my head, I love myself, and I hope you're all doing it now. Are you listening to yourselves? I love myself, and again, I love myself. Now, this is kind of alien, I think, to lots of us. Most of us were never taught to love ourselves. We've been conditioned in the past that to say these things is being arrogant or it's being selfish. But why wait until someone else says I love you? In fact, many people are in a situation where they're perhaps living alone, or worse still, with someone, a partner or whoever, who's abusive. Now remember, I talked about this before, that emotional abuse, it's not just physical abuse. Emotional abuse is horrendous. It's the subtle kind. You sometimes don't even know it's happening to you. And of course, it's difficult during these challenging times, these uncertain times, to remove yourself from a relationship or home. But as long as your life is not being threatened, if that's the case, you really have to get out. But if it's not, then you take yourself off somewhere quiet. Now, you probably remember I've talked a lot about get yourself to the bathroom, anywhere that it's quiet, and just say to yourself, sit for a minute or two, just seconds, and say, I love myself. I love myself. Just do it in your head. In fact, if someone's talking to you or at you or just being negative or saying hurtful things, don't respond. Just in your head go, I love myself. I love myself. It's very powerful. And of course, I've said it before, you don't have to believe in this. Eventually you will believe it. It's the power of the mind. And throughout my live videos and my podcasts, I'll remind you about the mind and its extreme power. Absolutely amazing. When you keep repeating something, it changes how you think, even letting go of fears, anxiety, and negativity. And you replace these with positive thoughts. And these change how you think. But more than that, when you repeat these positive affirmations, it then becomes a habit. Now, this relates, what I'm talking about relates to NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. And I've some issues with that because it was founded by Richard Bandler. People know his name, but it was also John Grinder. And it refers to techniques which seek to achieve behaviour change by finding the positive meaning of a thought or behaviour. Now, there's still research that says this has got little scientific support or clinical effectiveness. I think it's not included in the NICE, National Institute for Health and Care Excellence guidelines, which are recommended for health professionals. But it is used, and some reviewers of NLP, they say, well, it's just a mixture, it's a ragbag, it's a mixture of different techniques with no clear theoretical basis. However, it's a massive mass marketing system. It's like multi-level marketing. I can train you if you train me, and then you need to get people on board. And it's used in many marketing seminars and sales seminars. In fact, actually, there's a YouTube video about how Trump actually subtly uses this with some of his, some of the signs and things he does. There's a kind of subliminal message there. But even before NLP, I knew individuals who were fabulous, excellent salesmen, and they used these techniques even though they didn't know anything about NLP. And some people are just naturals. So, it's techniques, and if they help at all, whatever technique helps, and you use it and it can help you change your mindset, then to me it's beneficial. So back to why you should love yourself. Well, when you love yourself, you feel happier. Remember, you can't buy happiness. Happiness comes from within. It can be scary to love yourself or even say the phrase, I love myself. So here are some tips. And you've heard most of them before, and if you've been listening to my live videos, and of course you can revisit them on YouTube, then you'll know some of these. But again, repetition is good, and it kind of instills it into the mind. So why should you say in your head, I love myself? Well, it's not to make you arrogant, and please don't use it in that way. When you truly love yourself, your self-confidence, your self-worth, these will improve, and you'll feel more positive. And of course, when you love yourself, it's much easier to fall in love with someone else. How many times I've heard over the years people saying, oh, I wish I could find someone to love and then I'll be happy, and if only I had someone to love. That's wrong. Love yourself first, and then everything else kind of follows on. So my tips: don't compare yourself to others, and stop worrying about what others think. Of course, don't hurt anyone else, but stop worrying about that. Learn to enjoy your own company. Have fun by yourself. It's amazing how, I think it's like loneliness. People say, oh, you're not lonely if you're living alone. No, if you enjoy your own company. I've known people who are more lonely when they're surrounded by lots of people. So just learn to enjoy your own company, kind of be content. Learn something new, and this might be through travel. Well, of course, with the lockdown just now, that's not particularly a good idea, or the social distancing, but you can learn from different cultures. That's amazing. I think we sometimes forget that we're not just the only people in the world, the only culture. When you travel and expand your mind, it's just learning that really is just so beneficial. And of course, I know that just now there are travel friends, there are friends who've got travel businesses, and they're really being hit hard. So, I shout out to them to support them as well. Try something new that you haven't done before. And of course, we saw that in lockdown. We saw people dancing, singing, painting, drawing. There just so many people found maybe a talent they didn't even realise they had. And then actually they challenged themselves again, because that's good for you, challenging yourself. They challenged themselves again by posting what they were doing online on social media sites. That brought, they had to have tremendous confidence to do that. But by doing that, they gave confidence to others to do that as well. Learn to forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. We're human. Don't dwell on them. Learn from them, and don't repeat them. I'm one to talk. I've made many mistakes in life. Made lots. I've maybe repeated them. I know I have. And that means I haven't learnt from them. So something else will come to challenge you. So you really, these things go on till you actually learn from them. And I'm getting better, so maybe less mistakes. Give yourself a break. If you've made a mistake, remember you're human. You can't be perfect all the time. Not like me. No, that is arrogance. You don't say that. We have our faults, and accept that sort of certain things happen which are outside of your control. So you need to be able to adapt and be flexible. Set yourself boundaries. I've talked about this before. That can be kind of a difficult one for me, because I was always one that said, yeah, I'll do that. Oh yes, I'll do that. And sometimes I had to remind myself, and some people would say to me, have you got mug written across your forehead? So you need to kind of set yourself boundaries and say, at some points to say, no, I'm sorry. Or, well, you don't even need to say I'm sorry, just say no. I can't do that. If it was really a desperate thing, never be unkind to people. You can say, well, I might be able to fit that in at some other point. But, it's difficult. If you do something you feel you shouldn't have kind of forced yourself into it. I don't do anything that has forced me. If I do it and later I think, oh, maybe I should have done something else, then I actually think back and I think, I learned something there. I learned from the people I met. I learned from that situation. So, you probably, if you do something that you think I maybe should have said no, look back, reflect and think, yeah, I actually would maybe never have met these people. Even doing these live videos, I've met people who've come online and they've watched and they've become, I know we haven't met in person, but we have connected. And of course, there are lovely people in life, and I must say, hope David doesn't mind, but we connect with people. I have met him, so we do connect with people in our lives, and that is wonderful. And sometimes we connect with people that we think, oh, I don't know, and then we learn that there's synergy. Start a journal. I've talked about that before. Writing is very, very powerful. If you haven't started one, please start one now. And it's not the War and Peace type journal. It's not writing a book. Just write down your thoughts and feelings. And remember, I would say they're for your eyes only. Don't share them. And if you want to, maybe a trusted friend or a trusted person. But when you write down your thoughts and your feelings, you can go back and reflect on how you coped and how you learned from them. It's also a way of getting rid of negative thoughts and feelings. Let them go. I remember a quick exercise some people do. I think I've done it once, but you can write some things down. If something's negative or somebody's hurt you, write a letter to them, but don't post it to them. Rip it up, put it in the bin, or we've got a river near us, put it in the river and let it float away and see it floating away. In fact, I think that's one of the reasons I did my meditation, that the balloon exercise, putting the problem into a balloon and just letting it fly off. Now, balloons are bad for the environment, so I turned that into more like ribbons. Wrap it in a ribbon and just release the ribbon and let it float away, and let your problems float away, particularly if you have no control over what's happening. Now, I've talked also about this before, achievements. I hope you've made a list of your achievements. I think we're not very good at that. In fact, I had a student friend on the other day, and she's got to write some things about herself for a role she's going for, and she was finding it very difficult. And I think that's not she's not alone in that. I think we actually tend to be too modest. I remember working out in the States and here, and the difference was that the Americans tend, sometimes it comes across as arrogant, but they tend to be able to say, yes, I've achieved this, yes, I've done this, and we're all a wee bit sort of reticent. So remember to write out your achievements, have an achievements board, because it makes you feel good about yourself. Now, you don't need to boast about them. In fact, nobody likes a boaster. But actually, you can celebrate your achievements with others. Tell others, share your experience, and be proud of what you've done. And remember, of course, give yourself credit. And remember to do this in a positive way, not an arrogant way. Nobody likes arrogance. And there's a fine line between arrogance and sharing your achievements. Your vision board is another one. I've still got my vision board. I hope you've designed one and you have it. If not, start it now, please. Never let go of your vision, of your dreams. And if you've done that vision board, I still have things on it I haven't done yet. I'd love to do. They're on my kind of bucket list. Remember, I talked, I think, also about if you don't want the vision board, or I would still have a vision board, but you could have like a jar where everybody, the family, could even share in this. And every time you think of something you'd love to do, put it into the jar. And then maybe you have to save up for that. These things can be difficult, but you can have things that aren't expensive, but maybe going for a walk somewhere that you haven't done before. So you can tick these things off as you sort of achieve them. And I would study it so you can look and see, well, is this within your sight? Can you imagine it? Imagination is absolutely wonderful. I think I've told the story before about the lady who used to entertain in the home she was in, about all her travels. And I remember one of the other friends in the home saying to a nurse, she said, a fantastic life. And the carer said to her, she's never left her hometown. And she just imagined, she had brochures and imagined where she would like to be. In fact, my son, and I think David loves Cuba, my son loved that. I've not been there. So if I don't manage, I take the posts and can imagine myself there. I hope I do make it one day. So look back on situations, trust your instincts. That's another one. Trust your instincts. Now, this is a funny one because I like trusting my instincts and trusting my gut. But when things go wrong, people are very quick to say to me, well, that didn't work, did it? And actually, when I look back, I didn't follow my instinct. If that's ever happened to you, I'll go with my gut. And then you've got all these wee voices in your head, or there's other friends saying to you, oh, I wouldn't be doing that. And you go with that, or you go with your head, and it doesn't work out. And you go, I wish I'd followed my instinct. So, usually when situations don't turn out, that's because you didn't follow your instinct. Another one is be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, how can you possibly take care of anyone else? And remember to set aside time for yourself, just for a meditation. That's why I designed the Mind Bites meditations. They're short, they're easy to use, and they can take you off just in minutes to somewhere that you just feel comfortable and confident. So I'm going to end today with the ABC, and the A for today, we're not going to go into all the affirmations, just one affirmation for today. And I hope you've been doing this in your head. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And you can kind of feel that positive feeling coming from within. So I hope you continue to do that. Then we're going to do the B for breathing. Take 3 deep breaths in. Remember, it's in through the nose, not lifting your shoulders, in through the nose, hold, and then exhale. And you can do that 3 times. But we're going to be doing the breathing anyway while we do the Mind Bites meditation. And this one today I'm going to do is the beach and horizon. I love the beach and I love the ocean. So this is very effective for helping you to be strong and have confidence no matter what challenges you face, what life throws at you. You can take yourself off to the beach and horizon. So if we put our feet on the ground, on the carpet, because it's a bit cold outside up here anyway, although it's dry today. So put your feet on the ground and back straight. You don't want to kind of slouch, just it gives you that wee bit of confidence and you feel good. So if you close your eyes, because this meditation is going to help you to be mighty and strong but flexible. So when you face challenges, and life is challenging just now, you need something, you need just some effective way of taking yourself off. So if you close your eyes just now, just close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then exhale. Now imagine you are walking on golden sand, stretching far into the distance. You feel free. Space is all around you. You can see as far as the horizon. There is only this peaceful scene. Sand, sea, and open space. You feel confident. You feel free. You move forward with a sense of purpose. You can sense the freedom. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Breathe in the air. Hold and exhale. Now take another deep breath in and feel the air flow through your body, filling you with confidence. And slowly exhale. Now you can slowly open your eyes and just say, I feel free. I feel positive. I know I can face any challenge with confidence and purpose. I love myself. I love myself. And then just relax the shoulders, maybe yawn or stretch your arms just to bring yourself back into the now. I hope you enjoyed that. You can take yourself off there anytime, even just quickly. Just imagine that beach scene and the horizon and the confidence that it gives you to move forward. So I still have my wee marketing message. This is where I'm not very good at, people say, oh, you're good at talking. I might be good at talking, I don't know, but I'm not very good at selling things. I can sort of sell myself. I like the confidence and the support I get from others. But from feedback, I know you like my Mind Bites meditations. So please, I invite you to buy them. Please try them. They're on my website. They're not just audios. They're actually, I developed them myself and was helped produce them by Eddie MacArthur at Stealth Studios, Recording Studios. He's just a lovely person. I like how anytime you should always talk, when you're talking, you should always have a smile. And it's quite difficult when you get intense. And Eddie will stop and go, "You're not smiling." So he reminds me to smile. There's some wonderful video scenes, and then there's music and accompanied by my voice. So please try them. I've also launched the Mind Circles podcast, and I'm doing weekly well-being episodes. So please listen and subscribe to these. Now, I am asking for support as well on these, and I would hope that for the cost of well-being, that £4 a month isn't a lot, but it will help me to continue to do these regularly, and you will get sort of tips and tools, and so watch out for them. You can subscribe. The podcast has allowed me to be on any platform. So it's on your iPhone, on your Android, on Spotify. And there's ones I haven't even heard of, Stitcher. I think it's going to be on Amazon soon, in the next month. But you subscribe to the channel you want, and then you can listen to the podcast. It's actually been a bit more daunting doing an audio than it is doing a video, because I think what I like in a way about the videos, I see people coming on. So I see we've got Caroline, and I don't quite know how to work this. Do I do wave? I'll do a wave there. Don't know what that is. Bring them on camera. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm not quite sure about all of these wee things. I can see people coming on board. Thank you again for watching and listening. And we're still in really uncertain times, so virtual hugs to everybody. And remember, a smile costs you nothing. And this time, when you say to yourself, "I love myself," send a smile to yourself. Send it to any part of the body and mind that might be hurting, that you just need to calm down. And it's wonderful to do. And then, of course, laughter is the best medicine. So enjoy the day, and until next Wednesday. I've got a podcast, I think, coming again this week. My last one was letting go of anxiety and stress, and this one I think I might do about resilience and courage. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. And virtual hugs to everybody. Thank you again.